San Francisco and Silicon Valley has been known as the main hub for the tech arena, but in recent years, Austin, Texas has become the country's fastest growing major metro area with a rapidly expanding tech scene. Given that they are both important players in the tech and startup scene, young adults are flocking to the areas for job opportunities. So, which city is better for young adults to begin their careers? San Francisco and Austin are considered mirrors of the other, known for their food, music festivals, outdoor activities, culture. Honestly, you name it, both cities have it. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at what both San Francisco and Austin have to offer, from job opportunities to the overall cost of living. But first, I want to say thank you to Mercari for sponsoring this video. Mercari is an app that I've been using since 2015. It is a buying and selling app that I used to sell my secondhand clothing, but now they've expanded it to sell all kinds of things, from clothes to home decor and tech. So I've been using Mercari to sell some of my camera gear. If you are in San Francisco, Mercari has partnered with Postmates to do contactless, same-day pickups and deliveries. So if you want to buy or sell something for your home, you can do it all in one day. If you go into the app, tap the camera icon on the bottom, snap some shots of your item, fill out the information about what you're selling, and hit list. What makes this app so convenient is you don't have to meet up with anyone. So when you make a sale, you don't have to worry about packaging and shipping it. You don't even have to worry about printing a label, because a Postmates deliverer will come right to your door and all you have to do is hand it to them and they will deliver it immediately. You get paid instantly because it arrives on the same day. So it's an easy way to sell something and make some quick cash. So try it out, download it, do some shopping or some selling, and if you live in San Francisco, enjoy same-day contactless pickups and deliveries with Mercari. San Francisco is geographically pretty small but densely populated, roughly 47 square miles of cultural and historical multitudes, with neighborhoods changing character and reputation by a single block. Austin is a bigger city if you're looking at just the city proper in both population and size. Within the city's 271 square miles, each neighborhood has its own uniqueness to it. In terms of the cost of rent between both cities, it's true rent prices are lower in Austin than in San Francisco. Let's be honest, where are they not? So first up, let's talk about the cost of rent and living in San Francisco. So I was born in San Francisco and I've lived in the city sporadically as I've moved back and forth multiple times. My most recent apartment was a small one-bedroom located in an area called the Richmond, and I lived all the way out at Ocean Beach. I say all the way out because it was the farthest neighborhood away from the city center, so taking public transportation to downtown and the financial district took me over an hour. My apartment was a pretty modern apartment with recently updated appliances. It had a total of 2 windows, 1 bathroom, kitchen, small living space, and 1 bedroom. The cost, $2,500 a month. My friend Sophie lives in an area called Nob Hill, which is one of the best neighborhoods to live in San Francisco. It's centrally located near everything. Minutes from Union Square, the Embarcadero, Chinatown, but residential enough, so safe, quiet, family friendly. It has amazing views of the city, and you are safe to walk to a ton of bars, restaurants, coffee shops, and surrounding parks.
Hey guys, come in.
So how much does your apartment cost?
Including everything, $2,500. I live in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Nob Hill. So this is my hallway. I recently just moved in here a few weeks ago, so everything is still getting set up, so bear with me. I hung up some paintings that some of them I actually did myself, but this one a friend of mine did. Here we have the kitchen. We have a nice little worker over here making us some dinner.
Welcome, making some curry tonight. Hope you're hungry.
So it's not very common that you find apartments in the city that have modern appliances. So like this fridge was brand new, which was great because it's like twice the size of my old one. So none of this was here. This was all, it's really messy. Again, I just moved in. But put it all in, it ended up fitting very nicely. But yeah, I mean, besides that, we have this pantry. There's a lot of space in here, a lot more than I'm used to, so it's been great to have. What I don't have in here is a dishwasher. So usually if you want like a fire range stove, a dishwasher, anything extra, you're gonna have to pay a lot more in the city just because that's how it is. So this is the living room, also half my workspace. The last place I was in was a studio. It was small, dark, didn't have a full kitchen. It cost me $2,700, so really it was ridiculously priced, especially now with everyone leaving San Francisco. It was just the right time to move. So this is the rest of the living room. Pretty standard. So, I mean, I'll hang out here sometimes. This I just got, it's pretty great. It lifts up and then you can have storage, but also like you can eat here sometimes if you want. So you'll need more storage like this in the city because there's small spaces, so you're not gonna have enough room to store everything. So having things like this where you can pop it up, put stuff in, really important. This is where the magic happens, my bedroom. And as you can see, it's a pretty decent size for San Francisco. It fits my queen size bed, it fits a nightstand, I have my little library and candle collection over here, and as well as a full dresser, so it's pretty great to have everything in here. And next week my desk arrives, so that will be very helpful considering I'm still working from my couch. So pretty decently sized closet. I would show you what's in here, but it's again a lot of storage and still a mess. So it's mostly clothing, you probably see in here. So this is the bathroom, pretty decent size for me as well. We have a bathtub here, but we installed these shelves right here just to add some more space to keep things because there's not lots of storage.
What is like the biggest hassle that you have here?
I would say the most inconvenient thing about this is there's no laundry machine, and so it's hard because in San Francisco, if you don't have a laundry in your unit, which a lot of us don't, you have to go to a laundromat, and the one that's closest to me is actually closed, so trying to find that is...
So have you done your laundry yet?
Yeah, but at friends' houses.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Shout out.
You know you can come over to my house anytime and do your laundry.
I mean, that's the plan.
Yeah.
So this apartment does not have a backyard or any outdoor area to hang out, nor does it come with any amenities like a gym or a pool. And what's most common in San Francisco apartments is no in-unit laundry. Most of my friends living in San Francisco either have coin-operated washing machines and dryers somewhere in the building for all the tenants to use, or they haul their laundry to a laundromat like I did with my apartment.
All right, let's shift gears here and head on over to Austin, which is a 28-hour drive or a 3-hour plane ride from California to the badass state of Texas.
Austin is a big old place with so much to do. It's got a vibrant music scene, arguably the best barbecue in the country, and although it's landlocked, it has multiple lakes and rivers to get outdoors. Austin is also a rapidly expanding tech scene. In fact, Austin is the country's fastest growing major metro area with a considerably lower cost of living compared to San Francisco. My friend Adam works at a tech company that's located in San Francisco, but since the pandemic and the following shutdown of pretty much everything in San Francisco, he decided to pack up and move out to Austin for new ventures and a change of pace. He drove the 28 hours from San Francisco to Austin and moved into the area on the south side of the river.
I live in a 1-bed, 1-bath high-rise building in Bolden Creek that is walking distance to all the hot spots downtown. On top of that, I'm right next to the river where I can go paddleboarding, canoeing, or kayaking whenever I want. My apartment costs $1,700 a month. Let me give you the grand tour. Right when you walk in, you can see this gigantic kitchen island. Look at all of this space for a spice rack, blender, magnetic knife bar, modern new stovetop. The sink is modern, stainless steel. We even have a dishwasher. The fridge has an ice machine and a water machine. I've never had one of these before. Look at all this space in the fridge. It would take me a month to get through all of this. Same thing with the freezer. There's so much stuff in there, are you kidding me? There's a lot of storage room in here for random appliances. I have an Instant Pot, I have a sous vide. I even have a blowtorch for the sous vide. A bunch of other random stuff. Here's a lighter. It's actually an electric lighter. Look at that. Actually baking some sweet potato right now. Coffee machine. Here's a pantry with a bunch of storage. And then here's another side pantry. I'm stocked up for days in here. The necessary alcohol cabinet. Now moving on to the living room. My good friend Troon took these photos. How beautiful are these? And the best part, my favorite part, is the gym. I can work out here all the time while playing music, relaxing, doing whatever I want. I don't have to worry about waiting for anyone else. And I still have a ton of space to live a normal life. The gym isn't just clogged and taking up all of the space in the apartment. So look, this is where the gym is, and then take a few steps and now I'm in the living room. I can chill on the couch. There's a Texas flag state pillow. Chill on the couch, watch some TV. We got the Champions League final going on right now. Play Xbox. Now, I also work in this apartment, and this is my workstation. I have a standing desk that goes up and down, and it's just the perfect setup to efficiently and effectively get work done. Now into the bedroom. These are the Hue lights. So these can change colors to the music. And if you look outside, this is where the pool is. People are just chilling at the pool. Sunday fun day. Now walking into the closet, I almost have too much storage. I don't know what to do with all of this. Bathroom, we got the goods in there. Look how giant this bathtub is. The only downside to a bathtub this big is it takes a while to fill up. And then over here we got the washer dryer and unit, a new modern washer dryer on top of that. This is an absolute game changer compared to my SF apartment. Just being able to walk from the bedroom, take 5 steps and throw my laundry in the wash is extremely convenient.
So obviously we can see here that Austin apartments get a lot more space for quite a lot less than San Francisco apartments. Broadly speaking, if you want a modern apartment with conveniences like an in-unit washing machine, updated appliances and finishes, and generally more amenities included in an apartment complex, you could get this for $1,700 in Austin, whereas in San Francisco, an apartment with less space and 0 amenities is $2,500. Now let's talk about the job market opportunities. Austin is a cheaper city to live in for many reasons. No state income tax, low property taxes, and people overall spend less of their income on rent in Austin than they do in San Francisco, which makes this very appealing for an entry-level employee. In San Francisco, it's a pretty cutthroat process when you're trying to find a place to live. Oftentimes, you have to show up to the viewing with a check of first and last month's rent and a security deposit ready to sign a lease. When I signed a lease for my apartment that cost $2,500 a month, it cost me $5,000 just to move in. And there really weren't that many options. So when you're looking for a place to live in San Francisco, you really just have to go for it. Whereas in Austin, deposits are way cheaper and you have potentially so many wonderful options. So generally, it looks like the ceiling for job and employee growth is higher in Austin.
Austin is rapidly rising in the amount of medical, technology, and startup companies setting up shop in the area, so it's predicted to have a better future job growth than San Francisco by over 15% in the next 10 years. San Francisco is home to many of the successful tech giants like Google, Apple, and Facebook, so it's seen a mass migration of people moving into the area over the last decade in hopes of finding a good job in tech. But this has also caused a housing crunch, and landlords are literally trying to buy out tenants who have rent-controlled apartments so they can offer wealthier employees the space at a marked up price. Austin, however, is still a young and sprawling city, and they're building so many more brand new apartments to keep up with the living demand, so much that renters have leverage in the renting process. Since it is landlocked, Austin will be expanding outward for a long time, unlike San Francisco's land-water constraints.
What you do need in Austin that you would not need in San Francisco is a car.
San Francisco's public transportation makes it easy to get around the city, whereas Austin really lacks that access. My advice if you're thinking about moving to Austin is to live near where you work.
So when comparing the job opportunities to the overall cost of living between these two cities, I would have to say Austin wins. Of course, when you're deciding on where you want to live, there are obviously going to be a lot of other factors depending on your own personal needs. But at the end of the day, my best advice to you is just live where you want to live at the start of your career. As a young professional, living in a smaller space or having less conveniences really isn't going to matter that much. Live in the city you want to live in and adjust trust and embrace that lifestyle. For any of you guys watching, do any of you live in San Francisco or Austin, and have you made the move in between these two cities? And are any of you guys watching young professionals trying to figure out where you want to start your career? You know what to do, comment below. Thanks for being here with me, guys. Thanks for watching this. And until next time, take on the world.